Hey guys, I am Carl Christian E. Labrador, a student of grade 11 Humes 1 of FEU Alabang, and welcome to my booktube. I'm going to talk about 21st century literature, particularly a favorite book of mine, and it is entitled Falling into Places, and it's written by Amy Zhang. Well, unfortunately, I lost the book, so I won't be able to show it to you guys because it's a really good book. It's a really good book. But I'm going to share to you the qualities it contains that I deeply appreciate. And I'm going to share to you my overall thoughts about that book. I am also going to share to you my overall thoughts about our 21st century literature class and 21st century literature itself at the end of this booktube. Booktube, let's go! Places is a novel written by Amy Zhang. It was published in September 9, 2014, making it under 21st century literature. Its literary genre is prose, and it is under commercial fiction, and its real genre is young adult fiction. Well, it is young adult fiction because this story, the story of this book, contains a series of events that I think should be far better catered to the young adult audiences because they would relate to it a lot. They would relate to it very much, which I think makes it young adult fiction. I personally also think that this book should also be somewhat mystery because this story, this book contains a lot of mysterious events that is going to make you wonder why did that happen, why did she do that, why is Liz the main character of this book very mysterious. You're going to ask those questions a lot in this book, and I think that it should also be mystery because of that. The plot of Falling into Places. The story starts when Liz crashes herself on her car on purpose. She wanted to kill herself immediately. News came out fast as Liam, the boy who has the biggest crush in Liz, despite being bullied by her, went in. Went in when Liz crashed herself to save and deliver her to the hospital fast. It was known that he was the only one who saw Liz who crashed herself on purpose on a place she isn't aware of. Her best friend, Julia, went to the hospital to check out her condition. Liz's mother, who happens to become always busy for Liz and doesn't have time to bond with her daughter, immediately went to the hospital to check out Liz's condition. After that, we were given the flashbacks of the life of Liz. It was revealed that her dad died in an accident when she was 6 years old. Because of losing her dad and having no time in bonding with her mother, Liz felt really alone. She started becoming a bully in her freshman year, especially bullying Liam. Realizing that Liz is wrecking too many lives, including Liam's, she begins to plan out her suicide. Not because she wanted to get their sympathy, but actually the total opposite. She wanted to show everyone that she really is sorry for wrecking out everyone's lives, just like how her life was wrecked. Kenny, one of the friends of Liz, goes to the hospital after her dance competition and was furious as she wasn't informed by the condition of Liz at the hospital. Yet, the two best friends, Kenny and Julia, somehow had an idea, with Liz having the capability of doing this. The mom of Liz, Julia, Liam, and Kenny talked to the lifeless Liz. Meaningful words were expressed by the four, expressing with genuine and full expression as they realized that they should have told it to her before. Liz is then put into a critical surgery as she encounters a critical situation. The four held hands together as they wanted to give Liz a chance. They wanted Liz to give them a chance also. They wanted her to live and let her live the life she fully deserves. They wanted to make her they wanted to not make her drink pills anymore because of her depression. They wanted to be there for Liz for once and make her not feel alone again. Liz's mother cries as she wanted to become a better mother for Liz, the mom whom should have been there for her when her dad was missing. After the surgery, it was then revealed that she survives the surgery and comes home having a better feeling. It was never revealed what happened after, but who knows? Thoughts about this book. One part I really enjoyed in here is Liz herself. Liz is the main character of this book who tends to become really interesting and very complex at the same time. I've noticed that she is the bad girl from the story, yet at the same time she is a very good person. The fact that it was stated in the book that she defended a lesbian from being bullied by a bunch of boys. Uh, Liz also helped her friend Julia, who encountered a drug problem, and Liz helped her friend Kenny because she encountered an unexpected pregnancy. I've noticed that she is a very interesting character. She's like the protagonist and the antagonist at the same time. It was really interesting for me. Another part I enjoyed in this book is when it was revealed that in the book that the narrator is not the author of the story, nor is it anyone who is physically there for Liz, but actually the narrator of the story is Liz's imaginary friend. I personally find that part interesting and very interesting because that book contains a really good narration and it leaves you wanting for more. This is also another part I love about this book. It's the ending. It was never really stated what happened after Liz survived the surgery. We do not know what could happen to Liz. We do not know what happened to her. Uh, would she give everyone a chance and give herself a chance, or would she go back at being the bad girl she really is? Overall, I thought that this book is really good and it leaves you wanting for more. That's why I really thought that this book is really interesting. It really piques my interest because I personally love mysteries. And it really is a very mysterious book, if you ask me. I am going to apply two literary approaches. One is the reader response, and number two is feminism. Number one, reader response. I, as me, personally relate to Liz as a character. Um, I tend to become very bad as a person and at the same time very good. I mean, I tend to look out for everyone, yet at the same time I distance myself from them. It's pretty weird and very complex. That's why I describe Liz as complex because I am somehow the same as her. Number two, feminism. One part of the book states that Liz defended a lesbian from being bullied by a bunch of boys. like what was like what I said earlier, Liz is a good person who just uses her bad girl attitude to overpower the real the real self she really is, just like me. And we can clearly see the feminism in here. That lesbian, that woman, is being bullied by a bunch of boys. we can see that the inferiority of the woman and the superiority of man. And if we're going to relate it to the society, we can see that the woman alone doesn't really have the right on defending herself because she is being conquered and is being blocked by a bunch of men who tends to bully her. For me, 21st century literature is an eye-opener. It gives us a reminder of what happened before, an alarm of what's happening as of today, and awares us of what could happen for tomorrow. It is a wake-up call for us to grow from, a wake-up call to be better, better at writing, better at reading, at treating other people, interpreting, understanding, appreciating, and any other positive INGs you can think of. What I love most about 21st century literature is that it teaches us to be human. It gives us a better understanding towards the human nature, and it gives us a better understanding towards the complexity of human condition. It teaches us that mistakes are a part of life, and we can grow from it. Literature taught me to become less judgmental, but more criticizing. Literature taught me to appreciate the things that we have before it turns into something that we had. 21st century literature taught me to appreciate the lacking and to look into its beauty, even though it is little. Literature taught me that everyone and everything in this world has a beauty in themselves that we should appreciate and shout the good qualities that they have that makes them beautiful. 21st century literature taught me that the bad things we as humans encounter, those are the bad things that we can learn from. And the good things that we encounter are the things that we can appreciate more and continue doing so. One of the most significant lessons I've learned in 21st century literature is that it teaches us to live life humanly. And I think that's what makes literature beautiful. Thank you.